guys, this is TimeLimitVGC, and we're going to go on our 5th match today. I've been recording a bunch of episodes, and I'm pretty excited about what's going on since it's my first time attempting to, just get some VGC battles in. Right now we're in the doubles ladder. But yeah, so we're just going to be facing off some matches. So here we have an opponent, 13 Blush, or Blush in this case. And Blush is running the standard Wolfie Glick team, as we call it, since it's the justified combo with, the Whimsicott, right? So, what do I do here? So, if you notice, my Dragapult is Scarfed, and I have a Torkoal with Vileplume, right? I think Trick Room is super, super good here, considering that, he has 2 Tailwinders, and he has the Vicious Wren that wants to go first. I really want a Scavalier and Grimmsnarl to have a shine, since I haven't necessarily showed them off just yet. But I think the core that I'm going to run is the same one that I've been running the past few matches. But mainly because it's not necessarily that it's the safest one, but just because it has the ability to take care of really fast Pokemon for a Trick Room team, right? So, yeah. So, we're going to go... Oh, cool. So, Blush actually has the same background as me, so that's pretty cool. So, Shield player with... Gigamax Meowth, but here we go. So, Blush, what are you gonna lead off? Dracovish and Braveberry. Okay, so I think this is a very interesting lead because Braveberry has Tailwind, and basically what he wants to do is Tailwind and then Vicious Wren. But the cool thing is that I can go first because I'm Scarfed and that he's not Prankster. So he could he could just Dynamax and go for max Airstreams and then deal some really good damage there. I could also just Dynamax and go for the 1-hit KO onto Dragapult. But I think if I Dynamax, I lose the Scarf, as in the Scarf effect of getting the 1.5 speed. So I think what I'm going to do is go for the U-turn play onto... This is really tricky because I know his Braveberry wants to Dynamax now. So I think, I think I'm just going to U-turn. And then go for the... What do I really want to do here? I'm going to go for the Solar Beam onto Dracovish, assuming that the U-turn is successful. Yeah, so this is probably his Braveberry, and then I'm assuming that the Dracovish is banded or scarfed. And I could theoretically disable next turn if I get the eject button activated. But the cool thing is that I don't have to worry about Tailwind right now because he just Dynamax and there's no way he can access Tailwind as a Dynamax Pokemon. So I go for the U-turn. So yeah, I do go first. This means that his Vicious Wren is going to do less damage if he continues to survive. I know that Braveberry is the biggest threat right now, and I should have probably taken care of that. But I do know I can eliminate him once I set up the Trick Room. But for now, I'm just going to focus on getting rid of his Dracovish. If he goes for max Air Raid onto Vileplume, this is actually really good because not only would he pick up the 1-hit KO, but then I'd get a free switch into something like Reuniclus. And then that could ideally help me out get the Trick Room. So I'll Solar Beam. I think I'll be doing a lot of damage here. Can I pick up the KO? No, okay, as predicted, so it's not going to happen. So yeah, the max Airstream comes out onto Vileplume. So yeah, that's going to pick up the 1-hit KO. And then what happens is his Dracovish is going to go for a Vicious Wren. Yeah, it's super effective, but what happens is I have the Sun Up, and it's not as powerful since it has the, since I went first. Vicious Wren. Still going to do a lot of damage, though. It's not a... Okay, it does pick up the 1-hit KO. Yeah, it's not a joke. This is really powerful. So then, here comes what I call, probably a really gimmicky strategy that I'm about to perform. But, ideally, what he wants to do is get rid of the Reuniclus since he knows he's going to go... So, what I could do... What could I do? Okay, I'm going to risk it all. Okay, we're already at a losing position, right? So I'm going to go for Dragon Rush onto the Dracovish. Actually, I don't think that's necessary. I think we can just easily U-turn. And then, yeah, U-turn should pick up the KO. I'm assuming, right? And then we should go for Trick Room. And then we could Dynamax the Dragapult. That way, there's a potential, I get out of the Scarf and everything. Ideally, I would like to Dynamax Reuniclus so I could get access to Max Knuckle since, Focus Blast always misses. But I lose the game if I miss Dragon Rush. Oh wait, no, I went for U-turn. What am I talking about? So yeah, I think we pick up the KO. Yeah, we pick up the KO. Awesome. That looked like it barely did it. Okay. So his Bribery will be going for the Max Airstream onto Dragon Ball. Okay, yeah, this isn't that bad. So, I mean, yeah, this is horrible because I'm losing. But this means that I can confirm a Dynamax into the Reuniclus and just survive, right? He's only been building up his speed, so Bravery isn't necessarily the biggest threat right now. And if I'm not mistaken, he loses his Dynamax this turn, next turn, right? Yeah, probably next turn. So it's whatever he brings out that I should focus on. If it's Lucario, I think that's amazing because then I get Max Knuckle boosts. The Max Knuckle boost doesn't matter right now since it's physical attack being used and I'm a special attacker, right? But I could also set up a Max Mindstorm onto the small Pokemon, and then okay, so Lucario does come in. So let's go on. So I think I want to set up the Max Mindstorm, hit the Lucario, since Lucario has to take the hit here. If it's the same composition as Wolfie's team, then Lucario has a berry, and I can theoretically pick up 1-hit KO. Bribery won't be doing anything super effective, so then next turn, it loses its Dynamax, which means it loses half of its HP, half of its current HP, and then I'm able to go ahead and pick up, KOs with the Psychic Terrain boost. So if Lucario protects, then that'd be a really smart call, because I wouldn't be able to pick up a KO, but I still pick up the Psychic Terrain boost. And since I'm in Trick Room, I just really want to go pick up 1 KO this turn, which has to be Lucario since Lucario is more frail in comparison to Bribery right now. So yeah, and then he also has Grimmsnarl too. So if he switches into Grimmsnarl, that just might be the game for me because Max Knuckle doesn't necessarily do too much damage. Fun fact. Focus Blast does, 130 base power, but then Max Knuckle brings it down to 95. So, really good coverage, especially against Tyranitar's and such, but at the same time, it doesn't pick up KOs onto Pokemon that are X2 weak rather than X4. So, I Dynamax the Reuniclus. The game is definitely not over yet, right? We gotta stay optimistic. We might have lost everyone, but we got our last brain cell, right? So, we go for the Max Mindstorm. And that does pick up the 1-hit KO, awesome. So then, ideally, he wants to go for a move that doesn't hit me for super effective. I feel like his Max Airstream does the most damage. Probably if he doesn't go for that, we'd be at a better position. But yeah, he's going to go for Airstream. Okay, pretty good. So yeah, he's going to lose his Dynamax, which means I can go ahead and pick up the 1-hit KO next turn. It's his last Pokemon that I'm concerned, because if it's Grimmsnarl, I basically lost the game. I could try and find my way out, but I think as soon as the Reuniclus loses its Dynamax form, I'm not going to do any good. Okay, his last one's Arcanine, not bad. Intimidate, that's not going to affect me right now, so I'm looking pretty good right now. And here's another thing that I think is pretty interesting. Bribery has Brave Bird, so he's going to have to take chip damage, which means Bribery can't be sashed. So I'm going to target the Arcanine, attempt to pick up the 1-hit KO. Also, he can't go for priority moves like Extreme Speed. The point is both of them have recoil damage, but I'm assuming that Bribery, we can assume Bribery has Brave Bird, right? So Arcanine, we should target Arcanine because Arcanine will, probably not go for like a Flare Blitz or something, but maybe like a Snarl, right? And that's something that we don't want to do. So I'm going to go for Arcanine, try to pick up the 1-hit KO, and then if Bribery is going for Brave Bird, the recoil damage allows me to pick up the 1-shot next turn because he wouldn't be sashed. So, and then the problem is if Arcanine is Assault Vest, which probably could be Assault Vest, and that's the thing that kind of really hurts right now, but I have to do some damage right now because, one of these Pokemon have to faint in order for me to win this game. But yeah, definitely like Arcanine's a threat because it gets Snarl, and it protects. This is really bad. Okay, so really smart choice on his end. Unless his Bribery also protects. Hey, okay, cool. So this is okay because I know he's stalling, but this also confirms that his that his Arcanine does not have Assault Vest. And that's all really, really, really good damage. So, this is my last turn of Dynamax, so I'm going to go for Max Mindstorm onto Arcanine, and then next turn, I'm going to go for the Psychic under the Psychic Terrain onto Braviary, and I should be picking up the KO. So, you're right, assuming that nothing crazy happens. Like, what if Braviary has a Dark-type move that I don't know about, right? Or maybe... I don't think that's likely, considering that it didn't went for it. But, maybe it has something that can change some effects, or, just, maybe it is Satched at the end of the day and I lose the game, right? There you go. So Max Mindstorm goes onto the Arcanine. Should pick up the KO. Awesome, it does. Oh man, I'm super excited because this means there's a high probability of turning this game around. And then Braviary goes for Tailwind. Okay, that's really smart, but that means he's going to protect next turn. So, yeah, he's technically stalling, and that's fine, because, that's a viable option right now. And I very much respect the fact that he's still conserving any damage output. So, here he would want to protect. I know my Reuniclus could, it's not +1 or anything right now. So yeah, he might want to, he's going to protect. He has to protect. But if he survives, he has to protect. That's the only way out right now. So yeah, this is the advantage of him stalling out my Dynamax, because now there's no way to actually attack him. So yeah, he just has to protect. There's no way he's going to do something else. If he leaves himself open, then yeah, he could go for, let's say, worst case scenario, Sash Brayford, and then I survived or whatever. But yeah, he has to protect. There's no way he's going to do something else, right guys? Come on. So yeah, my opponent's definitely taking his time, and the timer is a win condition. But I did choose quit more. I'm not too sure if this is the your time function right now. So yeah, Braviary does go for the protect as predicted. And then I go for Psychic. So if I'm not mistaken, my Trick Room may go out, which is fine, but I still have one more turn of Psychic Terrain, and that's all I need right now. So it's just a matter of surviving this Brayford. And he has Tailwind, so for sure he's going first. So it all comes down to damage rolls. If he gets a crit, he wins. If it gets a good damage roll, he wins. But I've made this Reuniclus very bulky, so hopefully... Oh man, I'm getting nervous because he has to do more than 50% damage with Brayford. That's a lot that I'm asking for right now. But he goes for the Brayford. And 1 HP, let's go! Okay, yo, this is it. Psychic. Can we pick up the one-hit KO? Let's go! Okay, that is what I call, okay, that is the Reuniclus comeback. This is literally why I run Reuniclus. Super underrated Pokemon, an important Trick Roomer, really good offense, but more importantly, really great bulk. That was an exciting match, guys. I'm so hyped for that. And yeah, thank you for staying on this journey. So anyway, thank you for watching. Great game to my opponent. And I'm so sorry that it had to be a 1 HP roll, but definitely this is all I needed in order to, win this matchup. So